Hello, everybody. You get a singing Sarah tonight. That's exciting, isn't it? Good evening, everyone. I am just finding the right page in my tasting book, as you can probably see me flicking through everything. And tonight we are going to be joined by the lovely Saskia from Humdinger Gin. We're just hoping that she can get the link through because it has not got through to her yet. So I've just resent it with the hope that she will be on here in a very short amount of time. So I hope everybody is well and that you are enjoying your, I don't even know what day of the week it is. Does anyone know what day of the week it is? Thursday, I think. Thursday night it might be. And you are ready to settle back and enjoy a wonderful, wonderful glass of gin. I'm really excited about this one. I hope you guys are too. Saskia's just emailing me and saying that she is not getting the email through. So whilst I'm talking to you, I am going to reply yet again to her email, and I'm also going to type it into her. Here we go. I'm just going to type her a text as well. Sorry for me being rude, but how is everyone? Hi Dot, nice to see you tonight. Looking forward to this one. Are you? And who else is online with us tonight? It's very lovely to join you. I've had a very busy week. I don't know about you guys, but I am certainly looking forward to this glass of gin tonight. So it is going to be wonderful to start us off with a glass of gin. So if you're getting prepped and ready, I've got myself a wee glass of some ice with some ice in it. I obviously have my Humdinger Citrus Gin. So we're going to see what everybody prefers. Is it the dry gin that we tried last month or the citrus gin? And then I've also got my tasting notes for my Humdinger Citrus Gin as well. So I am prepped and all ready. In terms of mixes, I've got a couple of selections because I thought I'd do a little taste test. Don't know about you guys, but I'm going with some straight soda because I'm listening to what Andrew said last time and that he thinks that is really good. But if you have that grapefruit soda, I think that will be a real winner with this Humdinger Citrus. And then I've also got just a regular tonic as well to give it a sample with that as well. So let's hope that Saskia can get the link okay and get online. So I'll just tell her that I've resent it to her email. All right. So we're really just waiting for Saskia. Let me know, how's your week been so far? Has it been a good week? We're at Thursday. I've been facilitating for 3 days now. So facilitating looks like me talking almost nonstop for 3 days. And prior to that, over the long weekend, I was recording video instruction for other facilitators. So I've literally been, it feels like, talking to myself and others for the past week. So if my voice, IT issues, right, Dot? Oh my goodness me, you are so right about that. What is it with IT? Why do we always have these problems? At least it's not last week where we had to have, that was only Monday. What am I talking about? Here's Saskia now. There we go. We're going to be good. Here she is.
Hello. Sorry about that. I just employed my my local IT guru / husband.
Yes. Thank you, Andrew. We appreciate you. Fabulous to have
Sorry
you
about that,
joining
guys.
us. No, not a problem. And I was a bit worried that my email was going to junk or something. So it was all a bit crazy.
Yeah,
wasn't
actually, it came through on my phone. Yeah, it came through on my phone, but not on my laptop.
That's really weird. Very strange indeed. But that's all right. We're here now. So everybody, this is Saskia. Saskia, welcome to our wee group. And tonight we are going to be tasting the citrus gin. Looks like Saskia might be having a few internet issues. No, we're back. That's good. So tonight we're going to be tasting the citrus gin, everybody, which of course, Saskia, I understand there's a little bit of competition between yourself and Andrew on the which one's better, citrus or dry. We might be losing her a little bit.
We're moving.
Inside, I see. Closer to the router, that's always a winner.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just looking at your windows behind you, Saskia, and Geraldine's looking pretty spectacular tonight.
Tell you what, that's why I was out on the deck. It's 26 degrees.
Oh, really?
And beautiful, sunny. It's just gorgeous summer day.
Oh, wow.
We're so lucky.
Well, I'm in Auckland, and as you can probably tell by my hair, we've got like 1,000% humidity, I think. It's just crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. I grew up in Auckland, actually.
Oh,
so I remember I miss the thunderstorms. We don't get them down here.
Oh, I don't think that's something to miss. I think. My dog doesn't like them at all. So I was just saying to the team that for tonight that I've been looking forward to this one because obviously we tasted you guys' dry gin last month, and this month we get to taste the citrus. So I understand
better one, yeah.
The little bit of competition between yourself and Andrew over this.
Oh, what husband and wife team doesn't have a little bit of competition involved, eh? No, it's healthy, I promise. It's a healthy competition.
Absolutely.
But I am winning, so I can say that, right?
Yeah. Well, I did have to make the little sly comment to Andrew that maybe citrus might be my favorite. No bias here. No bias whatsoever. So we're all really looking forward to tasting this gin tonight. But I'd love to hear before we start having a little bit of a sniff and a sample. I'd love to hear, what's your journey been with Humdinger Gin? Because we heard from Andrew last month. Yeah.
It's been a whirlwind, interesting, I guess. So obviously we started the gin business together because we wanted to have this beautiful life together and this beautiful distillery that you see, all the gorgeous copper, all that beautiful stuff. So romantic.
Yeah.
For me, it's, I've been pregnant and I've had my beautiful little girl in the time that we've had this business. So we were sort of, I think, selling for about 6 months before we got pregnant with her. So my story is definitely quite different to Andrew's. But I'm still, it has evolved as much as I can. So I still do 2 days a week down there in wee bubs and daycare. So starting to get back into it now. But when we created Humdinger, I guess, and we were working through all this recipe development, recipe 83 or something was the citrus that we're drinking. And it just worked. Basically, how I got there with the citrus was, we're in Geraldine, right? Everybody loves it. I grew up with a Barker's lemon and barley drink, cordial. Yep. And I love lemon and ginger tea. So I'm like, why wouldn't I put that in a gin, right? That makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's how we got to the point where we were incorporating barley as a botanical, which is quite different. I don't know if anybody else does that. And you can definitely smell it. It comes over on the palate just really smooth and sort of a little bit, sort of call it gourmand, but it's a little bit, adds some real nice mouthfeel to it. So that's how we landed on this, got barley in there, and then we've got the beautiful ginger at the finish. Just really pulls it all together, and it just reminds me of, I don't know, childhood and all that stuff.
And was it really recipe number 83 to get to this
Yeah,
one?
it was. It was. It's quite sad. But we're still, it took a really long time to nail down something that we liked. I guess we're both kind of perfectionists, and we didn't want to release with anything that was halfway there.
Yeah.
The recipe 83 is kind of what we're drinking, but we still change things as we go, because that was, of course, on a 10-litre still. By the time you've adapted that to a 50-litre, we've had to make a few modifications just because distillation is all over the show. Different stills will run completely differently. So we've tweaked it to where we like it now, but now that we've got our 220, that's going to be the next step, is running the citrus through that, and it's going to change it again. Yeah. But we'll try and keep it as much as what it is as possible. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, big changes as well, going from, a 10-litre to a 50-litre to now 220.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're all completely different beasts too. It's not just like increasing the pot size. It's like we went from a pot still to now we've got pot and column, and now the big still's got a pot underneath and a column on top, which is going to be quite different again. Different amount of reflux, all that. So it's going to be a whole nother learning curve. But
so speak to us a little bit about that. Like, what is the difference between having the the pot and column, and then the pot at the bottom and the column on the top?
It's all around efficiency. So when the still manufacturer creates it, I guess it's far more efficient to have the column right on top. You get a whole lot of natural reflux, a bit more than you would when you're pushing it through, and it's basically floor space as well. So you're winning there because you don't need as much. But then you do need the height. So, and everyone, like every still is different. So we don't make our own base spirit. If we did, we'd need something gigantic, something like 40 plates. At the moment, we've got 4 plates. So it's quite a different beast.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I love speaking to yourself and Andrew, because you guys really come at it from that, that manufacturing production kind of realm.
Sure. Yeah.
It is your stomping ground, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit geeky. We're kind of we love the manufacturing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I have a long pilgrimage in that area myself. So nice. I totally relate to that. So should we have a little sample? What does everybody think? I think we should have a wee sample.
Night, isn't it?
Yeah,
kids are in bed.
Yeah, I've absolutely had the week. So I've been looking forward to being able to pour this one since about 9 o'clock this morning, if I'm really honest.
You've already tried it?
I have had the luck of being able to try it, but I don't think everybody else on the call has. I think this will be their first wee sample.
Oh, for everyone. That's good patience. Well done.
I can't speak for all of our members, I have to say. And and some people I think do have a little sneaky sip when they open their box to start off with, but I think a lot of people, I don't know, Dot, are you one that leaves it until it's the live tasting? We'll have to wait and see what Dot says about that. But I think some people do actually leave it for the live tasting, which I agree. Remarkable patience.
Yeah, for sure. Especially on a hot day.
Oh, yes. And this one, I have to say, on a hot day, is a winner, right?
It is, yeah. It's delicious. Winner. Actually, part of when I was trying to develop the recipe is what I think about the citrus gin is after you've mowed the lawns and you're sitting out there on the deck and you're looking at your beautiful hard work and your stunning lawn and you sit there with your gin. That's kind of what I had in that vision of what I was trying to create. Yeah. And the coolest thing is that we had a customer in this week and he said that he'd just bought a citrus gin. And the reason he'd bought it is because he's just mowed his lawns and he thought, I need a gin. I was like, yes, this is my man. He knows what I'm talking about.
He does. He's on your vibe. So Dot has said, yep, she waits. She's got the patience. And Cordula has also said she leaves it for the tastings as well. So they want to
Well
experience it right there with you. So that's
Yeah.
lovely, isn't it? Although Dot's just said, I was tempted today as it was very humid.
Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely, Dot. So Saskia, talk us through what are we smelling?
Yeah,
What's on the
sure.
nose?
So I've got my neat. I've got a
Yeah.
little bit of, got some ice in there, and I've got a little bit of lemon balm, which we grow out front of the
Oh.
distillery, which is just a beautiful garnish. Adds a little bit of
Yeah.
yummy.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
Mm.
on the nose, it's exquisite. It's really
Yes.
exquisite.
Yeah, it's actually reasonably.
Beautiful nose, right?
It's not as balanced, probably on the nose as the dry, but you do get that huge citrus hit. So
That's it.
it's still, we call it a citrus gin, but it still classifies as a London dry style.
Yeah.
So I guess point that out because there's a lot of citrus gins out there that are kind of like citrus cordial. So it's not a citrus cordial. It's a gin that has a lot of citrus in it.
Yeah.
And yeah, a whole lot of fresh orange and lemon on the nose. We use 50-50 orange and lemon peel that comes down from Twisted Citrus up in Gisborne.
Mm-hmm.
But for me personally, I get a whole lot more orange than I do lemon, even though it's 50-50.
I think I'm the same, particularly on the nose. Yeah. Because I'm smelling it and I'm thinking not the traditional lemon that you get on the nose.
Yeah.
It's, like you are getting that lovely, and it's quite a complexity that you get from a scent from orange as well. It's got some lovely sort of variations in orange.
Yeah. It can be quite floral. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is really nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're learning at the moment as the citrus changes through the season. Yeah. That's exactly
so good, right?
Yeah. So as the citrus changes through the season, it changes the gin, which we're just starting to get on top of now, which is, I mean, it's not the best thing, but we're trying to fix that. So depending on when it is, you might get more orange, more lemon.
Yeah.
And then we've just been adjusting the recipe to make up for that, but we actually need to really fix it. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to freeze dry and we'll go down and we'll just pick them at the best time of year, peel all that and freeze dry it, and then it'll be the same year round.
I didn't know that you were from Gisborne, Dot. I learn something new every week with Dot. It's
Lucky.
fabulous. Yeah.
Lucky.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's stunning. So I've taken a sneaky sip. Talk us through. What are we tasting here, Saskia?
So just on the nose as well, you can really smell that barley as you can with the dry. So you do get that little bit of breweriness coming through.
Yeah, so I could smell something that I was like, I can't quite put my finger on what that is. And now that you've said that it's barley, yeah.
And then first sip. That first beautiful rush of all that citrus oil that just attacks your mouth. So that's really sweet for me anyway. I'm drinking that neat on ice. It's super sweet. And I think a lot of that comes from the orange. So thank you, orange.
Yeah.
And then after a little bit, you get little bit of that pinene coming through, a little bit of juniper. It's got nutmeg in it, which is very subtle, but nutmeg also works with the barley and adding some mouthfeel that comes through in the middle.
And then you are getting that beautiful mouthfeel from the citrus oils as well, aren't you?
Yeah. It's very much a whole mouth experience. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then some good, a little bit of a kick at the end there. So that's not the spirit. We have a very beautiful, smooth, clean spirit. I like that kick, and that kick is from our ginger root. And that's what leaves you a beautiful little residual heat in your mouth. Yeah. I'm going to drink this whole glass.
And I think, you need to top up in a second. I think as well, it kind of freshens the palate, that ginger at the end as well. It has a really nice freshness that comes through.
Yeah, like you said, if you sort of coating your mouth with those citrus oils, then that ginger coming through with the juniper, that pininess, just sort of cleans it back.
Exactly.
So then you can go and take another drink.
I know. And then you do it
Yeah.
all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like that's actually really clever, isn't it? Because you can discern that whole mouth, oily feel that you get,
Mm.
and then it's just like it kind of gets cleansed away at the end. Very
Yep.
clever, very, very clever.
Yeah.
Cordula saying it's lovely. The ginger kick at the end clears
Yeah.
my airways beautifully. Absolutely.
Is that what you want from your gin?
Oh, I mean, it's beautiful and smooth, isn't it? Like really lovely and smooth. And is that because of the high citrus content? Do you think the oil from it?
Actually,
Barley does that.
barley, yeah. Also, being a citrus gin, it is light on juniper, so you're not getting that huge piney hit that you can get. Like definitely with our dry, it's very much there's a lot of juniper in there. It's a dry gin. Whereas with the citrus, it's not as dry and it doesn't have that. So it's just sort of, I don't know, it's almost like it's not a premix, right? But you almost don't need to add anything to it. I drink it with ice or just with water, chilled water. Delicious. You just don't need anything.
Yeah. I mean, I'm having it over ice tonight, and that is lovely. It's so easy. Be able to,
it doesn't taste like it's bottled at 40%. Yeah.
Not at all. It doesn't, does it? It doesn't taste like there's, like sometimes you get that really strong hit of alcohol. And, wow, I've just drunk alcohol straight.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like that at all.
Yeah.
Dot's saying she really likes the ginger.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
You like a little bit of spice in your gin, don't you, Dot?
Yeah.
Actually, both Dot and Cordula, who are commenting at the moment,
like the ginger.
They like a bit of spice in the gin.
Yeah. We're looking to get that a little bit more locally now too. So it's currently coming out of, I believe, Sri Lanka. But we're looking at getting some ginger out of Fiji, which would be really cool. Just trying to push a little bit more local sources.
Sorry, I just got totally distracted by this comment from Cordula. She says, full disclosure, I just got some hot oil into my eye while cooking. Ow! Which caused a few tears. I bet it did. I hope you're okay now, Cordula. So the airway clearing is really welcome. Oh, well, take a few more sips, my friend. Just take a few more sips, and I'm sure you'll feel much better. My medicinal advice. There you go. That's the extent of my nursing. More gin. That'll fix it. Yeah.
I like how Cordula prioritizes coming to the gin tasting versus going to the hospital.
Dedication. Absolute dedication. Oh yeah. Dot's with us. She says owl. Yeah, it does sound owl. Absolutely. I hope you are okay. Cordula, we need an update on your health condition, because I do hope that you are okay with the hot oil. This is lovely. So Saskia, talk us through, was it obviously you guys created the dry gin to start off with, and then were you like no.
I did a sneaky look at Andrew. No. So we had the citrus gin and I loved it. Andrew didn't love it. We have total opposite taste preferences on our palates, are completely different. So we had the citrus gin and I was kind of sold on it. But we needed a dry gin. You can't really go to market with a citrus gin. You need a dry gin before you launch your distillery. So we were working with that recipe and trying to adapt it to make it more dry, which is how we ended up with a dry gin. So it's very backwards compared to what a lot of people do.
Yeah.
We hit on, to be honest, recipe 80, whatever, we were just throwing stuff in the pot trying to make something work. And we found this and we just kind of held on to that and stuck with it and then adapted that into the dry.
Amazing. So progress report on Cordula. She says it's not that bad. She's rinsed it and she can still sip. Okay, good. Okay, keep sipping, Cordula. It'll get much better, I'm sure. That is really amazing. I didn't realize that you'd started with the citrus gin, and my apologies, because I'm sure Andrew can hear this. If he told me that in the last interview, I'm so sorry that I've forgotten that. That could have happened. But yeah, so I mean, yeah, I can see how that would work. And you wouldn't be the first in New Zealand to do that, to be fair. Our friends at, I'm not too sure whether you know Bex and Chris at the Bond store or Koakoa. They had
I've heard of it. Yeah. I know they're limoncello, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and they're limoncello, right? So they were all about the citrus. In fact, when they actually took over that distillery, it was just making limoncello. So that's where they kind of started their base from.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't be the first to do that, but I can see where you stuck with this recipe. Like I can see where you were kind of going when you headed out with this.
Yeah, that's special.
It really is.
It is special.
I'm almost reluctant to add a mixer to it, but I feel like I should because we're doing a tasting and let's give it a full rounding.
Yeah.
So what's everybody else thinking? What are they gonna add a mixer? Are they gonna drinking it straight? Because let's face it, this is delicious on ice. This is absolutely delicious. And I haven't even got a garnish or anything. I'm just straight pure on ice. And it's delicious.
Thank you so much. It's really good to hear feedback. I love it. It's like I love being in the shop, and if someone comes in the second time and they say, I love your gin, it's such a feeling that we've created this beautiful product that we love and that other people are enjoying it too. That's just so cool.
Yeah. So Dot is saying, I still like gin straight. There's nothing wrong with that, Dot. Nothing whatsoever. Absolutely. Drink your gin straight. What's everybody else drinking? Are they going to drink it, keep it with straight? Because let's face it, this is one of those gins that you can so easily sit and sip over a bit of ice. Actually, Saskia, do you find that it needs the ice? Like, have you drunk it just at room temperature?
Yeah, so we do when we do our tasting in the shop. So if anyone comes to the distillery and we do a tasting, we always add a couple of drops of water. So you can drink it warm, but a little bit of water, and it's similar to a whiskey. What it does is just releases that oil.
Yeah.
So it's sitting in solution and it has to be fresh. So add the water and have a sip. Only has to be a few drops, but it really does change it versus just drinking it neat.
Can you just like cover Andrew's ears for just a second if he can still hear? He knows me well enough now that he'll be like, oh, Sarah.
What's happening? Yeah.
Just quietly between us girls, she's saying, I liked it straight. I love the dry gin, but just between us, I think I like this more. Oh, now, Dot, you're going off track here. We're doing gin tonight, not whiskey.
Yeah, that's good. It's good. Yeah.
Yep.
You start mixing things and you start taking away from what the distiller intended, I guess. But
yeah.
When we were doing that recipe development, we always mixed in with the East Imperial yuzu, so it's adding a bit more citrus. So that's kind of what we always recommend with our products, just because that's what we used right through our development.
Yeah, so for this box, and you haven't received your box yet, have you, for this month? You may not have even received last month's, if I'm really honest, because I am very far behind.
No, we have one. We have one from before Christmas, wasn't it? Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you have received one. You've just got to receive this one.
Yeah.
With this one, we sent the grapefruit soda from East Imperial with it, because that one was quite interesting as well to add in.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we sent our products up to East Imperial up in Auckland, and they did a pairing for us, and the grapefruit soda came back for our citrus gin. So bang on. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like instant cocktail, I guess. You just add.
Exactly. It really is.
Yeah, they haven't tried too hard.
Yeah, exactly. I thought that was a really nice mix. So I've just added a little soda to mine. And so I'm now enjoying it as a long drink. And I think soda opens it up a little bit like water does, right? You know, a little bit of soda with it. The only thing that I find with soda, and it is down to the day, I think, with me. Sometimes soda for me tastes a little bit soapy. Sometimes it doesn't. I don't know what that is. Something weird about my taste buds. But you know, like this is a really lovely long drink, and I can imagine if I had thought to grab some garnish as well, that would be absolutely a stunning drink to be able to have just with soda. So for all of those people that don't like to have syrupy tonics, soda is a definite winner in this regard. Yeah,
for sure. We've got some new cocktails that we just popped up on our website as well. So with the citrus gin, we've got a foghorn, which we mix in with ginger beer and lime juice. So especially with that citrus gin, it just builds on that heat with the ginger beer, and it's just delicious. Really good. So you guys can check that out. And the other one we've got on there with our citrus gin is bee's knees, which is nice and strong still. So we're talking citrus gin and a little bit of honey and a little bit of lemon juice, and it's moreish.
A little bit. Hang on, say that one again. Bee's knees is.
Bee's knees. It's got honey and lemon juice and gin.
Oh, that's
so nice. It's still nice and strong, so you're not diluting it down too much. You still get a lot of flavor come through.
Yeah. So Dot's just saying that she's tried it with soda, but she thinks it makes it a bit more sour. So she's thinking that it's actually bringing the lemon forward a bit more.
Yeah.
And I think the same actually, Dot. Now that you've said it, I think that may be the case for me as well. But you may have noticed I don't have a sweet tooth. I do like sour, so it's probably good. I'm just going to flick my light on here because oh gosh, that was bad. Okay, I've blinded myself. No, that is the wrong light setting. Let's just change that. Oh, gosh, we've got it all going on. That's a bit better. I'm really blinded by my light now. But yeah. Okay, somebody's showing up without letting StreamYard know their name. So nice with ice and a little bit of soda, refreshing. I've just finished mowing. That's hilarious.
They know what I'm talking about. It's a thing. You have to sit down and appreciate it. Appreciate the hard work you've just done.
Okay, that's it, everybody. You have to mow the lawns before you drink this gin. And Coulter is saying the bee's knees sounds amazing, doesn't it? No way. She has chili honey. That would be too good.
More kick.
Oh, okay. It's Tanya. Okay. Hi, Tanya. A little bit of soda. Did you actually just go and mow the lawns? Can I just let everyone in on a secret? I'm going to do it anyway without permission from Tanya. She's a ride-on mower. I don't know that counts so much. But I'm sure sitting out on the deck with this is lovely. Absolutely lovely. Yeah. I'm sorry, this lawn mowing thing's just getting to me. Dot says, I have a lawn mowing man who did the lawns today, but I didn't offer him a gin. Well, you'll have to next time because this is going to be a tradition, isn't it? He'll come around and mow your lawns a lot more frequently if you offer him gin, Dot. I can tell you that for a fact.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too
Dot, you can still appreciate a good mowed lawn. You don't have to do it yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Tanya's out for the sympathy vote. She says it takes 2 hours to mow her lawns and it's very dusty. And yes, I can probably, and you probably have to duck around a lot of those trees and stuff, don't you, Tanya? So it's probably not the easiest thing to do at all. You should have had Simon out mowing the lawns. So aside from our East Imperial mixes and a couple of cocktails, have you heard, because you have a lot of regular visitors coming into the shop, right?
We do, luckily, yeah.
And have you heard any strange things that people have,
Yeah.
yeah.
The weirdest one was aloe vera juice, and they were swearing by it. I haven't tried it, so I'm not going to bag it, right? But it just sounds a little bit strange. But I'm sure they loved it. Whatever. Everyone's got their own taste preference, right?
Yeah. I'm not too sure. I mean, I'm not a big fan of aloe vera juice at the best of times. Adding gin to it might make it better. Yeah.
Gin would make it better. Yeah. Gin makes most things better.
Yeah, exactly. Just for everyone listening, Tanya wasn't on the ride-on. She did the hand mowing. So very good. She had to duck around the trees. Very, very good. And in terms of a tonic, have you mixed it with a tonic? We've got obviously the grapefruit soda, but have you is it yuzu?
The yuzu, yeah. It's a yuzu tonic water. Yeah.
There's a yuzu soda and a yuzu tonic as well.
No, we use the tonic. I'm gonna look, nothing against soda. I don't like soda. It's the soapiness. I can't drink soda. So I'm always either tonic or just straight or with water. Yeah,
totally.
The other one that goes reasonably well is the Fever Tree Mediterranean, which goes with just about every gin in the world.
It really does.
Yeah.
They have nailed that. And as much as we like to support local, unfortunately, that Mediterranean tonic,
it's pretty good.
It does win out, doesn't it? Really, a lot of times. So yeah, I mean, I am still really enjoying that with soda, and I'm going to do a contrast by adding it to adding some tonic to it, and I'm just going to go with a very regular, well-known supermarket tonic to see how it holds up on that. This is my taste testing for the evening.
I don't think I've done that myself, so let me know how it is.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, really interested to hear what is other people tasting it with. Cordula, are you going to try that bee's knees with chili honey? That sounds amazing. That sounds really good. And I'm interested as well. Cordula is our resident martini expert. And so I'm interested, Cordula, like how would we blend this one into a martini? What's your recommendations here? Because this is a beautiful smooth gin, and I imagine it would go outstandingly. Have you tried it, Saskia, in a martini?
We never tried it. No, I've had all our other gins in a martini, but I haven't had our citrus gin.
I imagine, like for me, because Cordula may shoot me over this. Oh no, the honey is getting out of control tonight. Liz, truffle honey. What?
Sounds expensive.
I've never heard of such a thing, and I'm trying to work out how that would taste.
You'd have it on toast, right? Wouldn't you? It's kind of a little bit savoury.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Savoury against the honey. Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
I think Andrew's going to make me. I think Andrew's going to make me a martini with citrus. You can see
right now, live on screen.
Right now, yeah.
Love it. That is excellent.
I think we need Cordula to tell us how to make it.
Yeah, Cordula.
What's the recommendation?
What should we be doing with this? Okay, so here's Cordula's recommendation so far. Definitely not a dirty martini. Okay, like I get that one. Maybe
we do have a good. Get a dry one. We've got a good one. I'm excited now.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
Cordula is saying, yes, Andrew, go. Make the martini. We love it. Absolutely. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I can see what you're saying, Cordula. Not a dirty martini. The olive for that would overwhelm it, wouldn't it? And it would take away all those beautiful smoothness. Oh, hang on. Here's more instruction coming through from Cordula. 5 to 2, maybe.
4 to 1.
Okay, Dot, what's a yay from me? Are you saying yay to drinking the martini or yay to the truffle honey?
Here's something Andrew prepared earlier.
Oh, look. Andrew,
No,
you
olives.
just stand
Sorry.
up. And heard it.
So sweet.
Oh,
Mm.
It's 4-1.
Mm. Whew. He's mixed it 4-1. Yeah, maybe needs a little bit more.
and what are you finding that it's pulled out? As far as
that's
the
so
flavor
cool.
profile.
Tastes really floral, actually.
Wow.
Which, it doesn't usually. It really hides the citrus, though.
Yeah. I wondered whether it might.
I think it's maybe a little bit weak to stand up to that, to be honest.
Okay. More instruction from Cordula coming through. Maybe it's a vermouth rinse type scenario.
Yeah.
So Cordula, are you saying that you think the vermouth can overwhelm the gin in this scenario? This is a great martini lesson, by the way, everyone.
Yeah.
This is interactive martini classes with
Oh, he's
Saskia.
going to do another one. He's going to do a rinse. Okay, this is good.
This is great. This is absolutely great. Yeah. I wish I had my vermouth on hand that I could go and do it.
This is what we're using. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a
Good
beautiful
stuff.
vermouth.
It is. Nice and dry.
And I think the other one that I have really enjoyed is the Read and Read, our New Zealand, one of the New Zealand vermouths as well.
We don't
which is
have
really
that.
nice.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, that's just a glass, isn't it?
That's a bit of my
It is gin in a glass. You're quite right. Cold gin in a cold glass with a little swish of vermouth.
Round 2.
Okay. This one is just with the
That's
vermouth.
yeah.
That's better.
Even just on the nose, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So has it changed it from if you were to have just drunk that as a straight gin?
Yeah, absolutely, I think. It makes it a whole lot drier. Like it tastes actually a lot more like a gin, to be fair. Versus just on ice, it's actually quite sweet. So it cuts the sweetness out of it.
Wow, okay, great. So if sweetness is not your bag,
but still very smooth.
Well, I think that's all full credit to the gin that you guys have produced, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm getting out my supermarket brand tonic. This is the real experiment. Okay, Cordia's saying love both Dolan and Read and Read vermouth. Yeah. I think Dolan's drier though, isn't it, Cordia? Than Read and Read, in my opinion. This is the Cordia and Dot comment show today, which is really great. Dot saying she's sticking to it neat.
Yeah,
Tanya,
it's nice.
On sodas. And I'm fairly sure Simon will be watching as well. And Simon's probably having it neat, is what I'm thinking. Okay, Corda's report back on the vermouth. Probably, she agrees, probably a little drier, but also a little less complex, maybe. I think
the Read and Read is?
No, the Dolan is a little complex.
Yeah, right.
The Read and Read, definitely. I think you could probably drink that on its own. It has got some real complexity in it. It is lovely. Okay, so as suspected, adding tonic to it has sweetened it up because, of course, this particular variety of tonic, the one that we can get in the supermarket, this is my husband's favorite tonic, by the way.
It's nice and sweet.
it's so syrupy, isn't it? And so it's definitely brought up the lemon, and that sweetness that is coming from the citrus. And yeah, it's adding to the sweetness that's coming from that. I probably lost the barley as a result of the syrupiness as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Would I re-pour this? I'm not sure that the Sweeps tonic is doing this gin any favors. And as we know, I've done this experiment a few times before. Usually that Sweeps tonic, because of the syrupiness of it, it can overwhelm the gin, and it's just a shame, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's a shame to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A big learning for us too was not just the tonic, but actually using a nip pourer. Growing up, whatever at uni, you kind of just throwing it in with your tonic, and it's a bit of a,
As long as it covers the ice, I thought that was the rule, right?
Yeah. More, I guess, since we started getting into really tasting our gins, when we were looking at starting the distillery, we got nip pourers, and it's kind of life-changing to be able to go, like we usually drink, if we're doing tonic, it's 50-50, it's nothing more than that. And I think it really makes a big difference. And I think it's, how do I say, like it's quite kind to the distiller if you go and, if you're buying a premium product, go and see what do they recommend. Drink it how they recommend it. And if they're saying, 2 parts to 1, you kind of want to honour that.
Definitely. So you're saying 50-50?
Personally, the bottle will say 2 to 1, but I drink it 1 to 1. Yeah. And I think that's, again, trying to cut out the sweetness. We're all trying to reduce sugar in our lives. So if it's not with water, then it's definitely 1 to 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we do find a few issues because we do tastings in the shop. So when we do a tasting and it is 50-50, some people go, whoa, that's strong, which it might be, at 10 a.m. or whatever. It just feels a little bit rude to dilute it more than that.
Yeah. Yeah, we've done several corporate tastings where we've got big groups from corporates. Crazily enough, a lot of lawyers, which is really interesting. If any of you are
they
on
need
the
to wind down.
Yeah. So a lot of lawyers have come onto some of our corporate tastings, and it really is funny when they are not used to drinking a straight spirit, and you then get them to try gin straight. The first one, they're like, oh, yuck, like it's so strong. It just tastes like alcohol. And then they start to actually taste it. And by the fourth one, they're like, oh, no, we're not having a mixer with that. No, I'm just drinking it straight. It's amazing. And they can, like in that short space of time, they can really taste the difference as well, which is really good. But I must admit, I have to use a gin like your one, like the citrus, which is really smooth and stuff, to start them off.
Ease them into it, for sure. Yeah.
If you get one that's not smooth and is a bit rough around the edges, oh dear, you've lost them after that.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's a bit of a rough start.
Yeah, absolutely. Cordula was saying that she's drunk the Reed and Reed vermouth just over ice. I haven't tried that yet, Cordula, but I imagine it would be lovely. Yep.
Was the gin cabinet empty or?
Cordula's very good at experimenting. She would have tried it to see whether it warranted mention in her marketing.
You need to know what you're drinking.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, Dot, I hope you're back with us. Lost sound, screen freeze. I hope it's okay. Oh, yeah, she must be. Cordula's saying, when I taste things, I want to taste the product, not the type. Totally. Yeah. Totally, absolutely. I'm annoyed that I poured so much into this glass that I now have to. I mean, it's still, like, let's face it, if somebody served me this in a bar, I would be delighted. It's just that, we all get to be picky and choosy because we're doing these tastings here in our own homes, and we get to select what it is that we're going to taste it with. And so, yeah, definitely. Definitely my call, and this is, I'm putting it out there now, straight is number one for sure. Straight over ice, that was just divine. Then I'd definitely go for soda. I thought that was really, really delicious. And just for me, made it into a really nice long drink. And then I wouldn't use Schweppes again, that's for sure. I would use, one of those Mediterranean or the refreshingly light, that sort of a sorry, just distracted by Culture's comments. I used to drink Martini Bianco on ice as a teenager, and I loved tonic water as a kid. Did you just drink it straight? Tonic water, just straight?
Yeah, we did that because Mum and Dad are having a gin and tonic. What are you going to drink? You're not allowed to gin. Indian tonic water, that's what we drank as kids. That's what Mum and Dad put in their gin.
I couldn't stand the tonic water. My father he always used to drink gin and tonic. And if I'd been just offered the tonic water, no. Yeah. Yeah.
I think it was the only option of anything fizzy in our house. So, you just say yes.
We were the same.
Yeah.
Lemonade was a big treat. Huge treat.
Yeah.
No Coca-Cola, no way.
But always tonic in the fridge, strangely.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that definitely happened in my house. Yeah. But I think if I ever drank tonic in my house, I think I used to add like a little bit of orange juice or something to it because that was so bitter to me that Yeah. Probably the quinine, Cordula says Dot. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Okay, Cordula still drinks tonic water straight. No, I cannot do that. Oh, yeah. She's saying that she loves the quinine. Huh. No, I just find that there's a real bitterness to it. And so it's, if I'm drinking anything fizzy, it'll be soda water. That's really as adventurous as I get. Oh, hang on. Bubbly. Of course, a lot of people on this call know I do love a good French 75 and I do love a good bit of bubbly. So I definitely drink that.
We've got there's a pub right next to us. Well, they're actually an Indian restaurant, but they have a big bar in there with lots of whiskies and gins, and they serve our citrus as a French 75.
Really?
I don't actually know. Do you know what champagne they use? No, I don't know what champagne they use. We need to find out. We've tried it with the mums.
And I haven't tried it with mums yet.
I don't like champagne, but I'm sure you need to try it. So I don't like a French 75.
I have tried a French 75 with quite a few champagnes now. As our members probably recall, there's been a few little reviews of me and my French 75s. One of the best ones I had it with, interestingly, and I think it's because it's a really dry style of sparkling wine, and that's Courts Reef, which is a New Zealand sparkling wine, and I really enjoyed that. It was because I don't like anything that's too sweet, so a too sweet prosecco will be too much for me.
What gin did you use?
What gin did I use in that one? That one I think might have been a Broken Heart. Oh, you know what I did? I experimented with Broken Heart rhubarb gin.
Oh, yeah.
Which was really interesting. It was good.
Yeah.
But I think that, like using a gin like the citrus gin, you would not need to have quite so much lemon juice in there if you didn't want to go too lemony. And I think your citrus gin, because it brings through the sweetness, you'd need no simple syrup. I don't use simple syrup anyway, but some people add simple syrup. I don't think you'd need any. Because what did you do when you made it for a French 75?
Yeah, we have no simple syrup. No.
Did you just add lemon juice in your gin?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
You're going to have to try it with our citrus gin and let me know what you think, being a French 75 drinker yourself.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'll take on that
Please
challenge.
do.
Sure.
Please
Sure.
do. Yeah. Let us
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Absolutely.
We tried it with the dry and the citrus, and actually both our barrel ages as well, our bourbon barrel age and our Pinot Noir barrel age, trying to find something that would fit. And in the end, we just go, don't think we like champagne. Was the biggest issue.
I think, and it does come down to it, and obviously individual palate. Like if you like a sweet champagne, then go down that Prosecco line, right? Because they are sweeter and that sort of thing. But if you like something really dry, then you can go to some of those French champagnes. And I've actually been drinking. Dare I admit that over Christmas we've drunk a case of some. It's embarrassing. It was Christmas, okay, and I had lots of people around. But we have gone through a
It was
case of,
celebration time.
yeah, exactly. From Central Otago, they have some. I'm trying to think what it's called. Yeah, they have a beautiful champagne that they actually make in France and then bring it to Central Otago. So, yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was really beautiful. Cannot remember what it's called though, so that's a pointless little story, isn't it? Sorry about that. Oh dear, it's been a big week. Cordula is saying, I like bitter and sour and spicy. You have quite a vast palate, don't you, Cordula? Absolutely. That's so funny. And Dot says, you're my drinking companion, Cordula. Oh, I do love how our members make friends through this. It is absolutely fabulous. So we are getting right near the top of the hour now, everybody. And, we have had this lovely tasting with the wonderful Saskia. It's so nice to meet the other half of Humdinger Gin, isn't it, everybody?
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it has been absolutely wonderful, and really loving the hang on, Dot has a champagne recommendation. We better just recommend number one, a French style champagne from Le Brun. Yeah, absolutely. That is a beautiful champagne. Well, not champagne because we can't call it champagne. But it is certainly a beautiful one. Yeah, I do like number one. Maybe I should try it with that. That's really lovely. I'm going to report back to you on that, Saskia, because I definitely will. In fact, this may even occur tomorrow night. Yeah, absolutely. So it's been an absolute joy and a pleasure to have you with us tonight, Saskia, and talking us through the beautiful citrus gin that you've made. And yeah, it is really special. And I think what I've absolutely loved is is our ability to be able to see both your dry gin and your citrus gin, and also hear the story of how you've brought that all together from both yourself and Andrew. It's been, really, really cool for us to be able to hear all about that and hear what else is, hear all about your journey so far. And Andrew let us in on a few little secrets on what's on the boil. Have you got any further little secrets to let us in on, Saskia?
I don't think so. I've been playing with some fruits, I guess. Trying to make it something. So we've got the citrus gin covered. We've got a dry gin covered. Some people like a floral gin. Some people like something a little bit more fruity. So we're going down that alley. It's not going too well at the moment, I will say. We just really have to be super happy with what we've made. So we're working through something a little bit Geraldine, a little bit more special to where we're based.
Oh, Cordula was asking whether or not we'd get maybe a Barker's Humdinger collaboration. That's what she was asking Andrew for. So
yeah, we need to make sure what we do is we're super proud of it, you know. And I think everybody's like that. You want to, if you're putting something out into the marketplace, you want it to be something you can back 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Currently, we're just not there yet. It's we had some tastings last night, and there was a few little. So. Yeah.
Okay, but what recipe number are we up to with this?
Oh, we're not far. 6, I think.
Okay, so a long way towards 83, right?
We've done 5, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
it's a long way to go.
We've still got 70 something to go. Yeah.
It's a long way to go. Yeah. With an 8-month-old, we'll see where we land. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. So Cordial is just saying thank you so much, Saskia. Love the energy Andrew brought to this, and yourself, of course. And love your energy so much too. Great gins from great people, loving it.
Thank you.
And you know, like Cordiala's comment is really what sums it up, isn't it, everybody? Because we love to be able to meet the people behind these beautiful gins that we get to sample. And it makes such a difference to be able to connect in with you all and what you're doing and hearing your story. It just makes it so alive. And, you know, particularly when we can't just, you know, jump in a car and be there in front of you. Although gin tours coming your way soon, you know, you and Andrew may end up with a busload of us one of these days.
I think so. With all these, all the festivals cancelled, you know, people are going to have to just do their own thing, make a little homegrown festival.
Yeah. We might do an online festival. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
That wouldn't be silly.
It'll be a suggestion box with like 20 gins, and the call will be like 5 hours long.
All weekend long. You go through your little box. Yeah. Like telethon, only different.
Yeah. People be coming and going.
Yeah, that would be so funny. And Dot saying a thank you as well. I'm sure everybody else is also thanking you.
Yeah, thank you guys. And look, if you really liked it, and I hope that you did, the best thing that you guys can do is just let people know about us. You know, we're a small distillery based down here, Geraldine, halfway down the South Island. And word of mouth does a huge amount for us. So, you know, if you know anyone heading to the South Island, send them our way. Come for a look, come for a taste.
Yeah.
Let them know about us, basically.
That is one thing I know. And for those of you that are watching on the replay as well, please make sure you hashtag replay and contribute to this as well, because I do know that's one thing about our members. They do love to tell others about the gins that they are tasting. And so, you know, I know that many people that have been on the call tonight are those people that will tell their local bottle store, you need to be stocking this, or their local bar, you need to be stocking this, or their local restaurant, this is a gin that you need to have on your shelf, you know. So I do know that our members do an amazing job at getting that word of mouth out to everybody. And, you know, as Saskia's just said, this is definitely one of those gins that should be around the countryside a lot more, right?
Yeah.
How far north have you got? Do you know, Saskia?
Well, we've got stockists in Auckland, Lickland Forest Hill, yeah. So we're from Auckland down to Dunedin at the moment. We're just looking at getting into Invercargill.
Okay,
but
well,
we're online, of course.
Yes, and of course on suggestion as well.
Suggestion.
So yeah, our members can certainly fill in a lot of those gaps as well, because we have people from every corner of New Zealand, I think, in our membership. So it's really cool. So thank you everybody for joining myself and Saskia tonight, and thank you so much, Saskia. And I know that with an 8-month-old, this is not the easiest thing to get together. So
it's a nice break.
And you got a martini in that break. Like, that's a really good break, right?
2 martinis.
2 martinis, yeah. It doesn't get any better than that, does it, really? So thank you so much for being with us tonight. It has been an absolute pleasure and such a delicious gin. Thank you so much for creating this. And as Saskia says, let everyone know, because this gin needs to get out there, people.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Set it free. Let it get out there. All right, everybody, that has been us for tonight for our wonderful tasting with Humdinger Gin and their citrus gin tonight. It has been fabulous. We will have another tasting for you next Monday night. So if you are not making Valentine's plans, I have some Valentine's plans for you, which is, you will see when I put the event up, which I will do in just a moment. It's a bit funny that we're going to be doing this tasting on Valentine's night. So hopefully you can join me again on Monday night for that tasting. But in the meantime, sit back and sip and enjoy this beautiful Humdinger Citrus Gin that Saskia and Andrew have created for us. Thank you so much. See you later.
Thanks, Sarah. See you guys.
See you.